نحمده ونصلي على رسوله الكريم أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي ربي زدني علما اللهم انفعني بما علمتني وعلمني ما ينفعني. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. In this video we will be memorizing words that has come 20,000 times in Quran. That means you shall inshallah understand around 30% of Quran. These words are among the most common words in Quran. It is so common that any Urdu speaker may know almost every single of these words. Before we start memorizing vocabs, let me tell you few things about memory palace technique and mnemonic technique. Let us look at this list of 9 planets, obviously, which is now 8 planets: Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto. One very popular mnemonic technique used is "My very educated mother just showed us 9 planets." First letter of this word represents first letter of the names of the planet. In this method, in spite of memorizing the list directly, we memorize something else, something extra. This is called substitute, that acts like a breeze to memorize the names of planet in its proper order. Suppose memorizing the names of planet may take you 5 to 10 minutes. Memorizing names of planet with the help of mnemonic substitute, it shall take you 1 to 2 minutes, even though we have to memorize 18 words in place of just 9 words, and do some mental work to get the names of the planet. It will help you memorize anything 5 to 10 times faster. So having a substitute will boost your memorization. And for memorizing vocab, we will do something similar to this. Here is a list of substitute for the vocab that I created for you. Substitute for qala is call, for kana is can, for iman is he-man. Iman is a very common word, almost everyone knows it, so memorize only those substitutes whose meaning you do not know. It shall take you few minutes to memorize all the substitute. Since it is going to be a very long list, we will use one more substitute to help in our memorization. It is a list of characters from every single Arabic letters. I encourage you to change this list. You should write the names of your relatives. Men should write only men's name, and women should try writing women's name. Why I encourage you to change this list? Because the better you know the characters, the better will be your memorization. Also, it gets much easier when you know the characters. In this list, I have taken some public figures and supernatural creatures. However, you are free to use this list, and I will be using this list to make the stories for you. You probably remember "My very educated mother just showed us 9 planets." Here the writer took the first letter from every single planet and made a story out of it. Story making is essential for memorization. There are few rules to story making. The logical, sensible and common stories are very easy to forget. So never make a story that is logical and sensible. Stories should be unrealistic, illogical, senseless and weird. And also, key to memorization is imagination and exaggeration. The more vividly you imagine, the easier it gets in memorization. Out of this whole lecture, if you get this 2 lines, then you have learned what matters the most. The story should be unrealistic, illogical, senseless and weird, and the key is imagination and exaggeration. Finally, let's begin the memorization of vocab. Our first word is ilaha. This is easy one. Here the substitute is Allah and its meaning is God. So the story is Allah is our God. And the second word is qala. Its meaning is to say. Its substitute is call, and the character for a story is from Qaf, and that is carpenter. So we need a story containing carpenter, call and say. Hence the story is carpenter called you and he spoke and spoke and spoke until his death. Then you said, you should have at least let me speak something. It's better you died. Imagine this scene. The more vividly you imagine this whole scene, the easier it gets in memorization. Our third word is kana. It means be, am, is, are, become. Its substitute is can, and its character is Kung Fu Master. So our story contains three things: Kung Fu Master, can, and become. Thus the story is: you went to fight with a Kung Fu Master. When you challenged, he said, "Ha ha ha, you are just a kid, I can do anything." You said, "No, you cannot." Kung Fu Master got angry. "What is there that I can't do?" You said, "Can you become a bee?" When he became bee, you captured it in the can. Isn't this senseless and unrealistic and illogical? And that's what we need. Our fourth word is Rob, and we will memorize this in a different way. You must know Rabbil Alamin. It means Lord of the worlds. Rob means Lord and Alamin means world. This is a good way to memorize words. Unfortunately, it cannot be applied to every word, and it is not definitely for every one of us. Let us see our fifth word, Iman. It means to believe. Its substitute is He-Man. Its character is Archer, and the story is: He-Man could not believe that an archer shot a bow and broke his sword. And remember that guy who memorized a deck of cards in just few seconds? He used this technique. And that man who memorized more than 1 lakh pi digits, he used this same technique. He made some funny, weird stories, and that did the trick. And this has done the trick for my students, and inshallah it shall do for you too. Our next word is ilm. This root word has two different meanings: to know and universe. So here the substitute is Rabbil Alamin, and the story is Rabbil Alamin knows everything that is in the Alamin, i.e., that is in the universe. So now I suppose you got the steps. For most of these stories, 1 or 2 read is enough to memorize it. The next word is Qama. Its substitute is Koma, and its character is Carpenter. So the story is: you hit Carpenter so hard on his head that he went to coma. Now he can never stand up again. The next word is Raham, and we will memorize this from Bismillah. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. In the name of Allah, the most merciful, the entirely merciful. Now I hope that you understand the process. So I leave it up to you to read up to 10, then revise from 1 to 10, then again read from 11 to 20 words, and then revise it. It shall take you normally like 20 to 30 minutes to do this. It's not that tough. So I leave it up to you. If you read on your own, it will help you much better than I read it for you. So after you complete, test yourself. And to test yourself, take 10 random words, write both substitute and the character. Try to recall the story and the meaning. If you get the meaning, give yourself 2 marks, and if you recall only part of story, then give yourself 1 mark. If you get 15 marks out of 20, then it is good. Revise 1 or 2 more times, and you have memorized 70 words. That has come 20,000 times. Only through this video and half hour of your labor, you can understand 30% of Quran. And if you have less than 15 points, then it's not a big problem. Either you did not imagine properly, or you do not know these characters, hence you can visualize the story. Even if it takes you like 2 hours, it is still worth the effort. In the next video, inshallah, we will learn more than 30,000 words. By the next class, inshallah, you shall understand about 70% of Quran. And 1 hour of labor, that's all it took you. For some of you, it can take 5 hours. Still, it is a great achievement, isn't it? And if you want to study with me, contact me at this number, WhatsApp, Viber, IMO, or Gmail me at this.